That's a hard question. I suppose any action that would make them feel self-conscious about themselves, they would feel that you're being mean to them.
I would define bullying as just generally being nasty to someone, not letting them take part in what you want to do just because they're different, insulting someone, and just being mean, to be honest.
I'd define bullying as anything that's physical or emotional or mental. So it's not just like physical abuse or anything. It's your verbal language and how it affects other people and the extent to which it affects other people, I guess.
I think it's deliberate and usually repetitive actions that cause both physical and sometimes emotional harm to another person.
It's the deliberate victimisation, and it's often repetitive, but it also can be an isolated incident, and it's the victimisation of people for no real reason.
Mentally and physically
abusing people.
Yeah. And getting broken down.
Being left out for different reasons.
I would define it as the repeated actions that either physically harm a person or emotionally demean them.
Bullying, I define it as inappropriate behaviour where one party might feel pressured physically, emotionally, mentally abused under pressure.
It's hard when actually answering the question, is it an issue amongst the JCU community? I personally believe that it is. I believe that, especially amongst the other males, we sometimes like to give each other a hard time. And sometimes it can just be fun, it might just be giving someone a hard time, but a lot of the times that person that we might be playing a practical joke on or whatever, they might take it that we're being mean or we're marginalising them out of the group. And you don't really know if it's bullying until you actually know the other person, if they've been negatively affected in any way. And it's a bit hard to know when you might call your friend a mean word or call them such words that I probably can't say on this tape, etc., etc.
I've only been at JCU for a short time, but I've experienced no form of bullying at all at JCU. I don't see it as an issue, but I guess other people might. I might not be subject to it.
Bullying is prevalent in a lot of different communities and areas and places in the community, and a lot of people aren't aware of this. People think that bullying stops when you finish school, but bullying is prevalent in university, in social groups, in the workplace, and it's important to be aware that this can be happening. It's important to recognise this and to actively work to prevent it in all aspects of life, because it's not fair on other people. It's not the way you want to treat other people. Everyone has the right to feel valued and important, and nobody else has the right to devalue another person by victimising them.
No, I think JCU is quite acceptable. Like, everyone's quite nice to each other, so.
Bullying's like basically just a high school, primary school thing. Yeah.
Once you get here, it's quite easy to get along with people.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't think it's a problem for me, but I've seen it happen to other people, so I guess seeing as it happens, it probably is an issue here.
I think bullying's an issue everywhere in society at the moment. Obviously, the internet's big on bullying at the moment, draws a lot of attention. Certainly the workplace, socially with this many students on campus, definitely going to be an issue. Also, there's alcohol-fueled violence as well that we need to deal with.
I think in the rise of the online sphere that bullying really occurs over Facebook these days. I think that a really proactive way that we can prevent bullying is by thinking before we post stuff on Facebook, just making sure that the person on the other end that we might be debating with, might be trolling against, that they might not take it as a personal action, and make sure we word things in a proper way so we are engaging in a professional debate rather than just attacking individuals.
I'll prevent bullying by raising awareness on the subject and just having people know what bullying is, because a lot of the time bullying is done without people even knowing that they are bullying, so just so people get a deeper understanding of it and what the effects actually can do to people.
I guess with any sort of issue with this stigma, it's really important to advertise the fact that that bullying, like reporting bullying, isn't a weakness. That in my view, it's actually better. It actually shows that you do have, you do have that. What's that word I'm thinking of?
Confidence, courage?
Yeah, it's like you do have that form of courage, and that it's not a bad thing. And I think it's just really important just to advocate for people on a sort of both a micro and a macro scale, so making people aware of it, that the issue does exist, and I think it's just educating them, because a lot of people do think that it finishes when you finish high school, but anywhere where there's a social group, where there's, especially in Australia where we have a very multicultural society, and there are a lot of issues that are prevalent, and so you just need to actively promote that, and so people know, and yeah, it's only that way that we can do something about it, if we get everyone actively involved. So
I think it's really important to stand up for those who don't have the courage. So even if you're not personally the victim, having the courage to stand up to the bully and just stand up for those who can't do it for themselves, or who don't have the confidence or the courage.
Very important to reduce the negative stigma attached to standing up for yourself and seeking help in regards to bullying, because standing up for yourself, seeking help, it doesn't make you a weak person, it makes you stronger.
Teach the younger ones how to react to it, not to get so upset, so that it doesn't make the bully feel good about it. So they think that they're not actually doing anything to them. I mean, like, I've taught my little sisters how to react to it all, and to just not be so afraid of other people.
I don't know. I think it's a large topic, and there's no single way to prevent it. I think a lot of smaller strategies would help prevent it rather than one overall solution. And I do not have a clue what those smaller strategies would be.
I imagine not letting it go by unnoticed. If you see it happening, to physically stop the person, but as long as you not necessarily belittle the bullier, but raise awareness to it, because the biggest trouble is not doing anything.
Look, by taking notice of it, not ignoring it, challenging it, and making sure those people who are, the perpetrators are dealt with, in the appropriate way. I don't think it's anything we can shy away from, and part of our responsibility at the Student Association is to make the place good, safe, and fun. That's what we're all about.